Hello, my name is Temitope. I'm here to take you on a tour of my Airtable build and win demo. It's themed the Airtable City, and it's beyond just that. It's a living city layered above a data set. I intend to give a walkthrough of how everything was built. So my landing page is the city pulse. I call it the city pulse because it gives an insight of in 4 nodes upon which the Airtable was modeled on. It was modeled on residents of the city, the household, the businesses, and the jobs within a city. So that was the focus of the Airtable demo. So from the landing page or from the city pulse page, you can see at a glance the number of residents, the ethnicity, the average resident age, the employed residents. You can also see the demography broken down in terms of neighborhood and in terms of employment status. So going on to the household, we know the number of households we are dealing with within the city, the average resident per household, the property types. We have 4 major property types within the average monthly housing cost, the average annual costs, and also the household per property by property type. So the number of households within a certain property type across all the neighborhoods within the city. The average residents per property type. We have it there. We have it like a little bit above 2. Also, there's a gallery that shows the different houses available within the neighborhoods, which helps in making decisions. And businesses, we have the business metric, the businesses within the city that is accessible to the residents and beyond. Yeah. So the job metric, this is the total number of jobs, the vacancy, the annual salary, the job status description, and the job level, like across different levels. So the neighborhood explorer page actually walks you through everything that has to do with the specific details of each neighborhood. So we have the number of neighborhood, the number of households, the average household income, knowing the economics that has to do with the residents, the household size, and the neighborhood choices of neighborhood. So there's a list here that groups each neighborhood in terms of then the apartment, the address. We have the view of whatever apartment you want to see, the data on the space of delineation within the building, also the monthly rent mortgage, the number of residents. So this list gives that grouping and segregation for you to have that granulated or that layered detail retrieval. So the next one also, it's available properties within the neighborhood. Then the existing residents, there's a database for the existing residents. So when a resident is living, it's that dynamism comes within this Airtable base. So if a resident is living and another resident is coming, it changes dynamically or automatically. And we go to the opportunity hub. This has to do with the jobs available within that city, available to the residents and even beyond the residents. So the total number of jobs, the open vacant jobs, the average. We have the job opportunity by industry, the job level. We have the top employers at a glance, and we have the average salary by industry, who are the average high earners within the industry. We also have the job status and job level. It's granulated. Is it vacant? How many vacant spaces do we have? At what level? And resident story. Resident story is the pedestal for everything because everything is modeled on the residents, that behavioral pattern, their economy. So this is the page that deals with that. So we have the total number of residents, the average age, the employed. We can see the demography, gender, educational level, the employment status, and the ethnicity. That's the diversity of the neighborhoods. And we have a gallery to show, okay, the residents that we have, and we have a little bit of their details. So for a real estate manager that uses this kind of demo template, you will see firsthand, okay, a tenant somewhere, this is their title, their name, their age, their email. It shows everything. Also, there is a carbon representation for students, retired children, and different identification of our residents, employed students, and the likes that job title. Also is the residence count for the neighborhood and the gender. We have the male, the number of males across all neighborhoods, and the number of female across all neighborhoods. So this is the household dashboard. The household dashboard just gives a broad overview about the house. The residents molds the household. Yes. So this is where we get the data that has to do with everything in between the resident and the households. So here is the business performance overview for the total number of, it is the business metrics that of the city. So you can have an insight of, okay, the jobs that pays, the number of employees, that which is doing well, that which is recruiting well, and everything in between for making strategic decisions. So who is this demo relevant to? Policymakers, real estate managers, policymakers, researchers, students, even individuals that want to have an insight to choice neighborhood and what they would like to invest in. So this is a tour and a demo for my Airtable, and it's a project that gives life to city data. It helps as a pedestal for making those strategic decisions.